Welcome into 𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗧 Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a reader, and a healer on the twin flame path myself, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I believe that if you have found this video and this channel, you've been guided to do so. If you love the content, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. Make sure that you tap into your intuition. Make sure that you are following your internal guidance. It's really important. And every thumbs up to the video is so valuable. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. Welcome into this week's mirror message. I am so happy you have found it. Welcome into my beautiful subscribers. I'm so happy to have you back. And welcome to all the new people finding the channel. We're growing every day. If you're new to the mirror message, this is for twin flames in challenge or separation. And it is the he said, she said spread that talks about each counterpart's headspace, heart space, and what they're going through right now. That can be blocks or challenges or what they're about to go through. Okay, so please, if you love the energy of the channel and the reading style, hit that like on the video. That is so genuinely appreciated for everyone that does that. Please subscribe and become part of this beautiful community. I also do zodiac readings, so make sure and watch for those. If you want to skip this message in future, the timestamp will be in the description to go right to the message. I am getting into a very channeled state right before I read. It's just a new format that I'm doing, so I can go right into the reading right from meditation. All right, I love you guys, and I'll see you in the reading. Welcome back, everybody, to 𝗓𝗏𝗪𝗧 Tarot. I'm here again in a new studio setup. My new digs are here. Finally, I'm able to record the way that I've been wanting to ever since the beginning, so we can be face to face. You won't see my hands as much, but I will show the cards, and I really wanted to make this personal connection and record this way. So now in my new space, I can do that. You can see what I'm working with. I really like this setup a lot better. Let me know in the comments how you like it. So we're going to do a mirror message today. I've been gone for a couple more weeks. It's been a lot of off time recently. When I moved, I live in Oregon, and it's not always the best service, so getting my internet set up was an ordeal. It was an ordeal. I didn't have internet for weeks, and then on the cherry on top of that, I dropped my phone and broke it and had no basically contact with the world for just a little bit, and it was very different. It was good for me to relax. It was a really hard move. I'm living by myself for the first time since college, I think, so it's been quite a while. And yeah, it was a lot of work, but I'm so excited to be here and to be back with you and to have a deck in my hands. It's been a while. Speaking of decks, before I get started with the mirror message, I want to show you my new deck. I got this in the mail during my move, so I haven't been able to show it to you. So it's been a couple of weeks. This is the Muse Tarot. And I received this from one of the subscribers on the channel, Lynn, who is just lovely. I've had a chance to work with her one-on-one, and I've really enjoyed the experience. And Lynn, thank you so much for your thoughtfulness. Every time someone sends a deck, I take the book, and on the inside of the book, I write your name and when I got it, so I'll always remember, and then I can mention you when I use it. So thank you. We're going to use that to clarify today. I'm looking forward to cracking this for the first time. Really, I've shuffled it, but I haven't used it. So I've got all this space, so we'll see. Those of you guys who know me, we'll see how many times I drop the cards on the floor, because I don't have an 18-inch table anymore. I have space. So I'm hoping I'm going to keep the cards on the table. We'll see what happens. I am notorious for dropping my cards. So let's shuffle just a little bit. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. This is the kind of he said, she said spread for divine masculine and divine feminine in the twin flame journey. For twin flames in separation or challenge. And we get the headspace, heart space, and blocks or things that both parties are working towards or through. And we'll start with Divine Masculine's headspace. We've got the 8 of coins. Oh, see, there's a little glare. I've never worked here. I'm going to have to change my lighting setup a little bit, but we'll get through it. So let's look at Divine Masculine's heart space. What comes up for Divine Masculine's heart space? This is the Empress card. No big surprise there. That's a lovely energy. Let's look at what Divine Masculine is working through or needs to work through right now. Blocks or challenges. And this kind of wanted to, Queen of Swords kind of wanted to pop out, but then it popped back. So I'm not going to take it, but I think I'm going to kind of set it up here as a reminder that there's some kind of energy of the Queen of Swords in the blocks or challenges that Divine Masculine might be working through. I don't think those things are a mistake. So we got the Knight of Swords in reverse for blocks and challenges, and then we got the Queen of Swords there. Let's look at Divine Feminine's headspace. Divine Feminine's headspace. Let's see here. This is the first time ever recording in this type of live setup. I've done, informational videos and intros and stuff like this, but never a reading. So this will be fun. I do them face to face like this all the time in person, but it's different on video. It's different looking at the camera and interacting that way. So be patient with me. Divine Feminine's headspace, please. Divine Feminine's headspace. Okay, I've got a stack of cards. I'm going to take the top one, and we've got the 7 of coins. We have the 3 of coins, the 10 of coins, the Fool. Yeah, I'm going to take it. So the 3 of the 3 of swords, 10 of coins, the Fool, and the 2 of coins. And coins are the, pentacles. Divine Feminine's heart space. What's in Divine Feminine's heart space right now? What do we have for Divine Feminine's heart space? We've got the Hermit. Okay. And what's Divine Feminine working through right now? Okay, so we got the King of Swords over here in the blocks, challenges, or what Divine Feminine is working toward or through. And then we had the Knight and the Queen over here. On Divine Masculine side, there's some hugely mirrored energy right now. Really interesting. I'm looking forward to reading that. And then we have the 7 of Cups to go with the King of Swords. The bottom of the deck is generally Divine Masculine's energy for me, and this is the 8 of Cups reverse. Okay, so we're going to grab the Muse Tarot, and we're going to clarify. So I'm going to clarify this 8. I'm sorry, there's such a glare here. I should move it over just a little bit so I can see it better. It is actually the 8 of coins, or the 8 of pentacles, which I like more. For Divine Masculine's headspace. Clarify that 8 of coins. Clarify that 8 of coins, please, Spirit, for Divine Masculine's headspace. I really like the cardstock that the Muse Tarot is on. It's very matte, and they're very thick cards. And the imagery is gorgeous. We got the 5 of emotions, and emotions would equate to cups in this deck. So the 5 of emotions, clarifying the 8 of coins. And as well, we are getting the Knight of Voices. I'm thinking voices are swords. That's okay. So Knight of Swords, and which is interesting because we've got the Knight of Swords in the challenges here in reverse. Clarify the Empress in Divine Masculine's heart space. I'm so curious to see what's going to come out for this. Clarify the Empress in Divine Masculine's heart space, please, Spirit. Okay. Clarify the Empress. 6 of materials, which would be coins. It's beautiful. The coins are roses in this deck. This is a fantastic deck, Lynn. Thank you. So 6 of pentacles. So there's a really mirrored, beautiful, balanced energy here. And I don't feel like I need any other cards to clarify that. Clarify the Knight of Swords in reverse in what Divine Masculine is working through, blocks or challenges. Knight of Swords in reverse with this Queen of Swords kind of trailing on it already. I don't usually do this with the cards, but it just felt right. 7 of materials, so 7 of Pentacles. 8 of materials, so 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And the bottom of the deck, no, let's go to Divine Feminine's Heart Space. We've got a lot here for head space already. So Divine Feminine's Heart Space with the Hermit here. Clarify Divine Feminine's Heart Space with the Hermit. Clarify Divine Feminine's Heart Space with the Hermit. Let's see here. We've got the Ace of Inspiration. You know, I'm going to have to get the book out and see the difference between voices and inspirations. Like I said, I've never cracked this deck before, and I didn't realize that the suits were not traditional. That's okay. I'll look it up. Oh, I think there's someone at my door. One moment. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All taken care of. So let's look at Divine Feminine. What is she working through? We've got the 7 of Cups clarifying, but let's see what else we get for her. I feel like we need one more clarifier there. Possibly 2. Let's see what we get. One more clarifier for the King of Swords energy in Divine Feminine's blocks, challenges, or what she is working through. Okay. Oh, I got one flipped here. And the 9 of materials. Okay. And bottom of the deck energy for Divine Feminine is the Sun. Beautiful. It's a gorgeous card. Okay. Let's put that up here. All right, let's read what we have here. So starting with the overall energy for Divine Masculine, we've got the 8 of Cups in reverse. So there's this feeling of it's you know, the figure in the cards is walking away, but I'm almost getting a running feeling, not running anymore. I don't want to be the runner anymore. Below that, we got the Ace of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the Star, 2 of Wands. I'm no longer walking away from my choice. I'm no longer walking away from what I really want. I'm going to let karma bring this relationship around. I'm tired of being sad, tired of missing my Queen of Pentacles, who also, we have Divine Feminine coming out as the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. Judgment, you know, realizing what this relationship really is. And the 3 of Coins, you know, wanting to build a foundation. 6 of Swords, wanting to get to a calmer place in this relationship. Really, really nice energy for Divine Masculine. Whoever this is resonating for, and remember, it's not going to resonate for every twin flame on the planet. But if you've come to this video, either the message is for you, there's a piece of the message for you, or you're supposed to see where this relationship can go, where a twin flame connection can go. So you have to use your discernment and figure out what is for you, what fits your story. Don't make it fit, okay? So really beautiful overall energy for these Divine Masculines. So the 8 of Coins in his headspace, he is seriously working on his money. I'm definitely getting that. I feel like Divine Masculine is putting a lot into building up his finances so he can have the new start, the new foundation. Now, all of the Divine Feminines out there are shaking their heads like, that's not what it's about. I don't need all that money. I need you. I don't need money. But the truth is, first of all, money is required for life. We have to pay rent. We have to pay mortgage. You know, we have to pay for gas if we're going to go places, food, clothing, you know, life costs. And the way that our society is set up, in a lot of societies, not just the Western culture here in America where I am, and I don't know where you are, but in a lot of societies there's a lot of pressure on male humans to provide. So a lot of divine masculines have that kind of core wound, I'm not good enough because I don't provide enough. And there might still be a little bit of that lingering energy of I need to provide for my feminine. And I'm getting the message like, I gave a lot to the karmic, I gave a lot here, I gave a lot here. How can I give less to my person? My real person, the one that the universe brought me. And just speaking for divine feminines, I'm going to answer that. And it's that divine feminines don't require you to provide the way that other people, maybe karmic people, have required you to provide. We are capable of providing too. And it's not that we don't want what you have or to offer, anything like that. It's just that you are so much more important than anything material you bring. So just a little aside, but let's really look at divine masculine's headspace, because it really is on foundation and stability, putting in the work. And the other thing is divine masculine is really getting to the place where he's ready and willing to put the work into this relationship that he did not put in before. When you have that runner dynamic, divine masculine takes off. Now remember, it's not male or female. It's not about body parts. It's about energy. So you can be a male or female divine masculine or a male or female divine feminine. It doesn't make any difference. I say he or she to keep it straight. It's easier to understand that way. No disrespect for those of you who are in same-sex relationships or non-binary or however you identify. We're all worthy and deserving of love. But really judging by this, though, there is this need to provide foundation and this desire to put in the work in the relationship now where it was not put before, because there has been some sincerely unequal give and take in the relationship. This is clarified by the 5 of Emotions and the Knight of Voices, and I am going to get the book. What did I do with it? Right here. And kind of just look that up real quick, because it is different. Emotions has to be cups, so I get that. Voices and inspiration. Inspiration has to be wands, and voices has to be swords. So I'm getting that, but I'm still feeling like I want to read it. 5 of Emotions is such a different card. Processing sadness and grief. Getting stuck in a negative pattern or emotion, not seeing the way out, crying over spilled milk, that typical. Learned helplessness, becoming enamored of shadow, a time to find new hope. So the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Emotions here, what I'm really getting there is that learned, becoming enamored of shadow, getting so comfortable with your shadow self. And I really feel like this is telling me that this 8 of Coins in the headspace really has a lot to do with shadow. And this divine masculine is very comfortable in this provider role. So Knight of Voices, Knight of Swords, there is some clarity that will be coming in for this divine masculine, and it's more like he wants to be bringing the clarity that he can provide. And I feel like it's a little bit of a miss. I want to get an oracle card on that. So divine masculine wants to bring in some kind of communication. He really wants to do it quickly too, with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Voices. That's really about quick communication coming in, really wanting to ride in and talk about this. I want a new foundation. I'm ready to work on it. I was so comfortable not working on it before. I'm just ready to be done with that energy. Yeah, we're clarifying it with traveling light. And this is about dumping baggage. This is about dumping the old baggage where he was really comfortable in that shadow energy of not giving to the connection. You know, Eight of Coins is it can be about money. It also can be about effort, stability and effort and putting in work. And I'm really seeing as this develops, I want one more. I feel like I need to cut. Saving my pennies. Dang, look at that. that is exactly what we've been talking about. So there's a duality here in his headspace. One is putting in the effort, but unfortunately he's hung up on putting in the effort when it comes to money, and what he needs to be flipping it to is putting in the effort when it comes to emotion and action. So I would much rather see a Knight of Wands here, and I know that's not always our favorite knight, but that's action oriented, and this is very in your head space, this Knight. I mean, it is communication, but I feel like Divine Masculine's headspace is really a little bit stuck on the financial and what they can provide. It's like, what do I bring to the table? I'm hearing, what do I bring to the table? And if they would just have a conversation with Divine Feminine, I think they would understand that what they bring to the table is themselves. And that's what Divine Feminines are looking for. However, I think that it's some work that still needs to be done. There's some shadow that still needs to be worked on here. Let's look at Divine Masculine's heart space. It's all about Divine Feminine. We got the Empress here and the Six of Materials. Just the most beautiful combination here. Oh, sorry, there's a motorcycle outside. Beautiful combination of cards here. And this is all about balancing out life with the Empress, with the Divine Feminine, seeing her in this beautiful heart space and energy, loving, giving, nurturing. Divine Masculine's heart is all over Divine Feminine and balancing out in a beautiful way. I really get this strong vibe. Divine Masculine wants to bring flowers, roses in particular. Someone here, their favorite flower is a pink rose. I know we all have difference, but like for there's someone here that loves pink roses, and there are some on the way when Divine Masculine, clears out some of this shadow energy. And, it's really important to remember that we don't heal all of our things in separation. So it's not like there's some karmic divine rule that you have to heal everything about yourself before you can talk to your divine counterpart or come into some sort of union or peace or agreement or relationship. That's not true. That's just false. Anyone that says that, that's just false. The truth is that we need to heal the majority of things that keep us from communicating clearly and from caring for each other, and from, that keep us harming each other. And once we work on a majority of those things, we can come into a successful union. We can have conversation at any time too. You don't have to be in complete blind separation either. Some of us never go into complete blind separation. I have a good friend that's a twin flame that is in constant communication with her Divine Masculine. It's just really challenging. And then you have someone like me that there's absolute radio silence. It's different for everyone, but I just want to make it real clear that the Divine Masculine can still have some shadow and come forward. Okay? It doesn't have to be 100% eradicated. In our lifetime, we won't 100% eradicate anything, but there's been a lot of effort here, and you do want to be as healed as you can to come together, because you're going to have more success. It's going to be happier for both partners that way. But let's be real. We live in the real world. We're having a human experience, which means we're imperfect. So there is no need for perfection. Okay. Let's look at what Divine Feminine is working through here. So really interesting. So I got this Queen of Swords that flipped up and then kind of flipped back. And I just heard take it. And so we put that aside. And then what we got is Knight of Swords in reverse for Divine Masculine's blocks and challenges, what he's working towards or through. Knight of Swords down here, Knight of Swords here. I'm really getting the strong feeling that 7 of materials, 8 of materials, 7 of pentacles, 8 of pentacles, 8 of pentacles, 8 of pentacles. There's so much synchronicity in this reading. And then we got 6, 7, 8 of materials here as well. There's progression in, first of all, there is progression in Divine Masculine's financial situation. Things are improving. I just wanted to mention that, though that's not what our focus is. There's definitely some kind of improvement happening in his life. But, you know, and that is definitely one of his big focuses right now. We've got it through in the blocks of challenges. Both of these are pentacle cards. But what I'm really getting is investing. Sorry, I'm sorry. I want to make sure I'm not missing something important. Because there's this feeling of investing in the Divine Feminine, putting in the work here, being patient. Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay, so what I feel like is happening right now, the block or the challenge, is Divine Masculine might be using this desire to build up finances or build up some kind of tangible stability as an excuse not to talk. So, and I'm just trying to laugh at Divine Masculine because every challenge that we all go through is just that. It's a challenge. It's hard. But I feel like Divine Masculine's very stuck in his head in that shadow energy of needing to provide. And he's using this, he's telling himself, I need to be patient. I need to build up more money. I need to put in more work before I can come talk. But the truth here is not the Knight of Swords in reverse, which is not coming forward and talking. The truth here, because this one jumped out and then flipped back in, like, you need to see me, but you need to see this first. The truth is the Queen of Swords, there's a fear here of rejection. He's afraid the Divine Feminine is going to reject him. But he's telling himself that he's hanging back and not talking because of money. So there really is a big shadow element here for this Divine Masculine or this group of Divine Masculines to deal with in regards to how much they have to even talk to the Divine Feminine. And it all stems from this shadow that society puts on men, on, you know, I'm not going to say masculines because it really is men. Society tells men that their worth is tied up in their bottom line, in how much they provide in the world, how much they have, how flashy their things are. It's a toxic masculinity trait that is really imposed by the world. You know, a lot of people impose that on men. And so a lot of masculines are men, not all, but a lot of masculines are men, and a lot of them deal with this. Now, if we're dealing with a woman who is Divine Masculine, she may have been taught this same lesson from people around her, from family, wherever it came from. But there is this definite, huge fear of rejection here happening for Divine Masculine, being masked by this drive to provide tangibly. And his heart space is all about balancing this out. This Divine Masculine really needs to confront this fear. And until he does, he's going to stay in this I don't have enough, no matter how much he amasses. Because what's the magic number? You know, maybe he's got a magic number in mind and he gets to the magic number and then he says, that's not enough. I'm going to keep going. And it draws out the process. Keeps Divine Feminine waiting. And do we want to keep Divine Feminine waiting forever? You run the risk of Divine Feminine going in another direction. So it's really a challenge. You know, not that Divine Feminines don't love their masculines, but being in waiting energy is death now in the Twin Flame connection. You don't want to be in waiting energy. So let's look at Divine Feminine's headspace here. We've got the 7 of Coins, which is putting in the patience, right? Divine Feminine in her headspace is all about investing in things that are going to give her a return. She's all about creating abundance in her own life right now, and for her future life, whoever is going to be included in that. Could be Divine Masculine, could be someone else, but this is a more of a happy investing. This is not, I need to have this before I live. It's just, this is part of living, right? So what's clarifying? We got all of these cards that came out with it. So we got the 3 of Swords here. We got the 10 of Coins. We got the Fool, and we got the 2 of Coins. There's a lot about coins here too. You know, this particular 10 of Coins, usually I see the 10 of Coins and it's all about stability and home and family and feeling kind of like you have it all. You have that mental, physical, emotional stability. But this particular 10 of Coins, there's this man that has put 9 coins in a jar, and he's holding the 10th coin over the jar, and he's like holding it hostage. Whenever I see this, it's very nefarious looking. It's like, I'm not going to drop this in there. And there's a holding it hostage feeling, like, and I think it goes back to what Divine Masculine is experiencing over here, because he's like, the magic number isn't 9, it's 10, but I'm not quite ready to be ready, because there is this fear of rejection, and it's this feel of holding it hostage. And this is, I feel like Divine Feminine has an idea about this. I think she understands that this is happening, and you know, it's heartbreaking to have this be a continual cycle. You know, with the 2 of Coins here, just like always looking at the money. Always looking at the money, and you got to shift your focus from the money to the emotions. Really, genuinely. You gotta shift your focus from money to the rest of life, because money isn't life. Money is just part of whole. And if you only have that one part of the whole, what do you really have? What are things without people? And then the Fool here. I feel like this rounds it out. Divine Feminine, she's in the mode of gaining abundance, but she's jumping in feet first to life while she amasses her abundance. She's not letting it hold her back. She's not waiting. She's taking risks, calculated risks, I'm sure. You know, Divine Feminines aren't fools. Not that kind of fool. It's more just putting her heart into things, you know, experiencing life, right? So let's look at Divine Feminine's heart space. Look at the Hermit. Really, really digging in. Divine Feminine is genuinely examining her heart right now. And we got the Ace of Inspiration, which is the Ace of Wands. And then we got the 10 of Emotions, which was the 10 of Cups. I mean, the Divine Feminine, there's only one way to read this for me. Divine Feminine is genuinely examining what new beginning is going to bring her the happiness that she wants. What new beginning? Truly looking within and deciding which direction, you know, Ace of Wands here, which direction am I going to go to have my ultimate happiness. There's a kind of a period of pause here in the Hermit, but it's for really, really good reason. So what are the challenges? What is Divine Feminine going through right now? King of Swords, which is really interesting because we had the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords over here in what Divine Masculine's working through, and then we go to the King of Swords here. So clearly mirrored energy. I think the block for Divine Feminine, what I'm hearing is me too. I'm hearing me too, me too, me too. She's just as afraid that Divine Feminine or the Divine Masculine will reject her by never coming forward. Divine Masculine's fear is about coming forward and being rejected. Divine Feminine's fear is about him never coming forward, therefore it being rejection. Clarified by the Seven of Cups, just nothing is grounding. Everything's up in the air. All these choices. She just feels like Divine Feminine feels like Divine Masculine has all these choices, and he's like holding all the cards in that. When the truth really is Divine Feminine's holding a lot of the cards here too. You know, we all have choice. I mean, no matter what happens in your life, there's always some kind of choice, and it's not always a good choice. But Divine Feminine needs to get out of that mindset that she has no choice. Because she does. She can move forward in any direction that she wants. So, Nine of Materials, clarifying the King of Swords and the Seven of Cups here. It's freedom. This card is all about freedom. It's all about having it all, feeling it all. I'm really getting the feeling of sorry, what am I hearing? Okay. There's this feeling that it could go that there will be a divergence here and there will be separate directions. It could go that way if Divine Masculine continues in this vein too long. Divine Feminine really does fear this rejection by silence. It's kind of default rejection, right? And I think that if nothing grounds here, there is this feeling, the challenge for her is to, when do I step into a different life? When do I look at other people? When do I choose a completely different direction that's not going to involve Divine Masculine? You know, whether we say we're in waiting energy or not, Divine Feminines always have it in the back of their mind. Divine Masculine lives in your heart and your mind. And the choices that you make in your life without him, you may not let him completely influence your choice, but there's always this little scale in your mind. If I make this choice, what does it mean for this connection in future? Is it detrimental? Is it helpful? Is it neutral? Yeah. So I feel like, you know, Divine Feminine is all about happiness right now, all about finding joy with the Sun here, all about having illumination, you know, with this Hermit, really getting this illumination about what's going to make me happy. Ace of Voices, Ace of Swords in here, getting clarity, illumination on happiness. Two of Voices here, Two of Swords, you know, always considering Divine Masculine in the choices she makes and making that so much harder to make the choices. But just because it's harder doesn't mean she won't do it. But it's painful. I'll guarantee you it's painful. Three of Voices here. heartbreaking. Yeah, that's what's happening. I want to get a few oracle cards. Let's get a couple for Divine Masculine and see what we've got for him. A few oracle cards for Divine Masculine right now. I don't take these in reverse, just in case you see them that way. Whenever, I don't know if you guys know this, you might know this, but when you see a deck printed, the general rule of thumb is if you can't flip it upside down and have it be the same, you don't take reversals. So, like the Muse, I don't know, you can flip it either way. It's absolutely the same. You can take that in reverse. But like with my deck, I made this specifically not to have reversals. Okay, so a couple more oracle cards for Divine Masculine. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Ugh, I need some water. Sorry. I get so thirsty when I read. It's crazy. Okay. Whoa, integrity and lonely. Yeah. Integrity, getting balanced, doing the right thing. And lonely. You know, there's this balance happening for Divine Masculine where they want to do what's right, but they don't want to be alone anymore. But integrity, again, is tied up in fear. This is a good person. Divine Masculine is clearly a good person and wants to do the right thing. But I really definitely feel like there's a mask going on here of not moving forward out of fear and saying it's because you need more balance financially or something like that. But I really feel like this is what Divine Masculine is working on, is balancing out in his head. There's a lot of head space going, some of your masculines might be earth signs, but there's definitely a lot of head space stuff going on for masculine where they're trying to make the right decision and trying to work through their own shadow, understanding that this financial aspect or this tangible aspect might not be the healthiest thing, and really looking at that and starting to heal it. I feel that. And they are so lonely without the Divine Feminine. They really miss you. They really miss you. They won't tell you. They won't show you until they're ready to come forward and speak. And what's on the bottom of the deck? Dark. Yeah, this negative energy. And, trying to get through this shadow, and, under that is coming clean. Speaking, coming clean, telling the truth, having the conversation. Let's get a couple cards for Divine Feminine. See what we've got there. Okay, Divine Feminine. What are your oracle cards? What are your additional messages? Additional messages for Divine Feminine. Okay. Burned. Yeah. Destroyed, damaged. This Divine Masculine not coming forward, not speaking his truth. It's a lot what it feels like is abandonment, I think that if you start feeling too much that way, you need to look at your abandonment wound and figure out where that's coming from and try and heal that a bit. But the silence and that default rejection, it's painful. Let's see what else we have here. Divine Feminine extra messages. Wishing, longing, yearning, hope for the future. Always hope for the future. No matter what's happening, there's always hope. And divine feminines have kind of an endless supply of that. Even when we get a little downtrodden, sometimes we usually dig deep and find some more. It's a thing. Bottom of the deck, we've got the path to love. Forward movement, positive direction. And that's what divine feminine is all about, finding that happiness, right? All right. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away and come right back, and we'll do the single card pulls. If you're new here, at the end of my twin flame readings and my zodiac readings as well, I do individual card pulls for people that have requested them in the last video of the same like. So the last mirror message, I'll go check that out and see if anyone went into the comments. And all you need to do for me to pull you a card is 3 things. You need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then in the comments, tell me, liked, subscribed, card please. That's all there is to it. Okay, so I'll be right back with the individual cards. Oh, they're the same size. No. Hi there. Oh, gotta get my phone ready. Hi there, let's go ahead and do the individual card pulls. I'm going to start with Lynn, which is appropriate because we're using your deck here. So, Spirit, let's use the singing bowl. Spirit, what card will be most helpful for Lynn today? What card will be most helpful for Lynn today? What card will be most helpful for Lynn? There it is. Beautiful, the Page of Emotions, Page of Cups. It's on the bottom of the deck to accompany that is the Hierophant. Okay, Lynn, so I see a beginning in a higher level commitment here for you. The Page of Cups is often that very beginning little baby step into love, into a new phase of life, which I think is really appropriate for you. Really, really nice. There's a lot of abundance around this connection, all the fish in this Page of Emotions card. And there's a lot of happiness. What's interesting is this person's, the page's skirt is like made out of tentacles, like octopus tentacles. I feel like I feel like this new beginning is going to help you branch out in a lot of new directions in your life. I'm really feeling like you reaching out and doing new things, like going new places, meeting new people, making new friends. I feel like, and there's kind of a cave into the inside of this person. It's like there are hidden depths to you that you have not tapped yet, and I feel like you're getting ready to tap them. I really, really like this energy for you. Okay, let's go to the next person. We're going to go to Jackie Joe, my friend. I feel like I haven't read for you guys in ages. I'm so excited to be here. Jackie Joe, what card is for you, my love? Let's see. What will help Jackie the most? What will help Jackie the most? It is the Three of Emotion. Oh, there's two cups. Two cups, two cards, and they're both cups. 3 and 4 of Emotions. 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Jackie, I'm feeling like your relationship with self lately has been not the best. This 3 of Emotions, you know, a lot of times we see 3 people in this cup, but it's actually the same person 3 times. So I'm feeling like that celebrating yourself, celebrating your own life energy, but it's paired with the 4 of Cups. Which is a lot of missed opportunity to celebrate yourself. I think it's time that you invest more in yourself. It's time more that you really give more to yourself. Do the little things. Seriously, every day, the little things. You know, when you're at the grocery store, spend the extra money on, you know, one thing, you know, a really fruit that you like or a veggie that you like that's a little pricey that you wouldn't normally get. A little special thing for self. Or, you know, maybe it's a chocolate, or I don't know. Maybe it's just sitting in the park with your lunch instead of sitting at your desk, you know. Start treating yourself a little bit. I feel like you need to start celebrating those small things in life a little bit more. Find those little bits of happiness for yourself, and they add up. It doesn't always have to be going and having a spa day. Not that you shouldn't have a spa day. I like spa. But let the little things shine through too, okay? All right, that's what I'm seeing for you, my dear. We're going to go to Tanya. Hi, Tanya. Okay. What card is best for Tanya today, Spirit? What card is best for Tanya? Okay. I got a stack. I'm going to take the top one. And we got the 6 of, number 6, the Lovers. I love this card. And we got the Page of Emotions, too. The Page of Cups. Oh. Tanya, I feel like you are owed an apology by a lover, and I feel like it's coming. In this Lover's card, there's kind of a feminine energy standing on one side, kind of in a waiting energy with her back turned, and there's a masculine energy walking toward, head down a little bit, but there's this red illumination around both of their heads. There's this lotus in the middle, this peace in the middle. I feel like you do have an apology on its way to you, and I feel like it's going to bring you peace. I think it's going to bring you both peace. This is someone you love each other. I see that coming. If it's not already here, if it hasn't already recently happened. Okay, my dear. Who do we have next? We have Odette. Odette, what is your card today? Spirit, what's for Odette? What is for Odette? What is for Odette? What is going to help her most? Oh, there it is. 10 of materials. 10 of pentacles. Bottom of the deck. The Hierophant. Ooh, Odette, what's happening with you? Okay, you've been in a period of feeling abandoned and left out. I don't know whether you blocked someone or someone blocked you, but you've been in this period of that, and that is absolutely coming to an end. There's stability, beautiful stability coming in for you, and maybe higher level commitment. Wow. 5 of Emotions, I cut right to the same thing again. This period of you feeling left out it's not going to be anymore. There's not very much longer. I don't see it lasting. 4 of Emotions, sadness. A new opportunity is coming for you for something beautiful and stable. Tell me about it when it comes. I would love to hear about it. Oh my gosh, that's great. All right. We are on to... Oh, that was the end. That's the end of the single card pulls. Please like the video. Subscribe if you're new. I love you guys. I'm so glad you're here with me on my first day back in a while. And I will see you next time. Make sure and watch for your zodiac reading this month. I'm about to get back into those. Take care.